Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch. We're in the third week of December 14th until the 18th, Monday to Friday. Retail, low print, and imports, plus our community spotlight where you show off your pickups and potentially win a physical Switch game. This month's myriad prize is Buried Stars. Yes, this is the biggest, rarest prize that we've given so far, so don't forget to get your submissions in. Alright, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is a collection of mini-games set in the Five Nights universe. Some new, some old. I'm not going to say I'm an expert on the series, but I think this one was positively received by the fanbase. It is worth noting that there's going to be a full collection of the mainline series in early January on a cartridge on the Switch, so if you want the proper stuff, then wait for that one. I'm pretty sure this is a spin-off game. I'm not sure, to be honest. Hyperparasite is being published in North America via Nicholas. A rather apt title for the publisher, some may say. Anyways, this has some pretty cool box art. It's a twin-stick top-down action game with seemingly a lot of variety. It looks like a game itself is a pretty decent one. Any opinions on this one? I've never played it. I've never even heard of it. Redout, another North American exclusive from Nicholas, is being released this week. I could have sworn this was released physically already, but I guess I was wrong. A very belated release. It's a sci-fi racer, supposedly okay, but probably not the best version of it like on the Switch, but there's plenty of content if you're missing the likes of Wipeout or F-Zero, and have got your fill of Fast RMX. Speaking of which, when is that getting a physical release? And Redout is Alolan JoJo's Pick of the Week. Indivisible is finally getting its much belated release in North America. God knows what's been going on with this, but now you do not need to worry. It's a platforming RPG with a fantastic art style. Sadly, the development team has folded due to many controversy, so perhaps this is one last hurrah for Indivisible. Many thanks to viewer Chris Hepburn for bringing this release to my attention this week. I assumed it was another placeholder, but no, his work has them ready to be picked up for people who pre-ordered them. And this is Jonathan Rumors and God of Resin's Pick of the Week. In Europe, there's another code in a box special. This time it's Mad Tower Tycoon, a cheap-looking management sim. Kinda looks pretty awful, if I'm being honest. And it also looks as though Space Invaders Forever is reaching North America this week. It looks like it was ever so slightly pushed back. Alright, Low Prince Suicide Guy Collection has been put up for pre-order by Redout Games. This is a 2-in-1 package of both games in the Suicide Guy series, the original and its sequel, Sleeping Deeply. Now, I think we can all say that the title of these games is not exactly subtle, almost provocative, but fear not, these games are supposedly rather fun, as the only way for the dude to wake up from his dream is by trying to kill him. Lots of content between the games is story-driven with physics-based puzzles. The description of the game even says, despite the title, the game is not at all about suicide or depression. Sounds like they're regretting the title of their games already. Anyways, you can pre-order this from Redout's website now, and you can even get 10% off if you use the code SWATCH10 when you're checking out. This is not an affiliate code or anything, just a little something we helped, if you want to buy anything from their site. And the code is available until January, so not long left to make the most of it. Hyperlight Drifter had a surprise pre-order drop last week. People have been waiting ages for this one to arrive physically. It's a classic indie game, and it's now up for order in both Europe and North America. Limited Run have a distribution release for this in North America, while Europe is being handled by the developer themselves on their website, abbylight.com, with 5,000 copies available. It's a collector's edition, so it comes with a lot of goodies, including a soundtrack, which is the main thing for me. It says 5,000 for the first run, so I guess they are open to printing more of them if demand allows, at least in Europe. Not sure about North America. And this is Dane Wilkinson's and Gannicus's Pick of the Week. Alright, let's jump into the imports this week. Just remember that if any take your fancy and you'd like to import them for yourself, then there are import links below in the description and the pinned comment as to where you can find them for yourself. It really does help this little series so much. It supports us magnificently, and you guys are amazing. Thank you ever so much. And if you do use our links in return, you can also get a nice 5% off your order of any physical item if you use the code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. It's all one word, SwitchWatchTV while checking out for 5% off your order, and it also helps support us massively. Alright, Witch Spring 3 Refine is a game I'm definitely looking forward to trying. This is an enhanced port of a nicely regarded mobile action RPG. The trailer makes it look pretty simple, but it has a certain charm to it that, makes me want to pick it up. I am hoping to do a review of this one if I have the time, if I'm feeling alright. As you can probably tell, I'm not speaking the best right now. But anyways, yeah, the visuals, they remind me of like DS games, like the Final Fantasy remakes on that system, and I'm kind of nostalgic for that. There is no physical release in the West, but the Japanese and and Asian versions do have English, so it's one of those you may want to put on your import list, as long as it's good, of course. Hopefully, we will find out soon. Jump King, with the hilarious subtitle of "There's a Smoking Hot Girl at the Top," is a super challenging platformer. It has that retro NES style, but has a unique concept to the mechanics. You charge up your jumps, which leaves a hell of a lot of judgment on your part. This is going to be equal parts frustration, equal parts elation as you skillfully make your way to the top and hopefully find a smoking hot babe. This is published by Peaky in the East, so it may get a physical release in the West via Nicholas, but they said nothing about it at this point. So if you don't want to wait for Nicholas, then you can import the Japanese version, which does have English. And also this week we have Abyss of the Sacrifice. This is an interesting looking visual novel adventure game that is exclusive to Japan and has English on the cartridge. It's from D3, so it obviously has a little budgetedness about it, but there's some nice artwork and a good premise behind it. If you forgive the PR spiel right here, set in the demise of a city deep underground, Abyss of the Sacrifice tells a story of 5 young girls who attempt to escape and the friendship, enmity, and horror they experience along the way. Players must solve a variety of puzzles to find out what the future holds for the young girls in this atmospheric tale of family, friendship, and betrayal that will unfold behind closed doors. Well, sounds quite ominous. Anyways, I'm definitely interested in this one, and this is Brent McLean's Pick of the Week. Family Trainer is unsurprisingly an exercise game, but it does not have English. Alongside Kaleidoscope of Phantasm Prison is a visual novel releasing this week. It does not have English. The RYUO'S work is never done! Is another one. Same thing, no English. Gnosia, I don't know how to say it. Another one does not have English. Yokai Watch Jam Yokai Academy Y is another Yokai Watch game that for some reason they do not want to release in English. Come on guys, no wonder Level 5 are struggling financially. Can't be that hard to give it to us. And also, Children of Morta is getting a physical release in Japan, even though we have it already in the West. Alright, let's jump into the Let's Get Physical Community Spotlight, where you show off your pickups, and if you're featured, then at the end of this month, you can win a physical Switch game. As stated, it's going to be Buried Stars. Yep, this is not an easy game to get a hold of. Now, it's the end of the year soon. In fact, we only have 2 more weeks left after this one. So, the last 2 weeks, I want to be a little thematic in the Community Spotlight. Next week will not be a normal Spotlight. Next week, I want you all to send in a picture of one game. One game that is your favorite physical game of the year. It can be your favorite for any reason. Maybe you like the game, maybe it means a lot to you, maybe it has nice artwork, a great collector's edition, anything. Just remember, one game. If you send me more than one game, I'll file it away for, the new year. When you send in the game, leave a sentence or two as to why it is your favorite, and this is your time to have a little voice in the series. Remember, just one game that is your favorite physical release of the year. It can be new, it can be old. Just tell me why it's your favorite. But anyways, this week, a normal week. Firstly, it's time to mark Red Art Games' announcement of Suicide Guys collection. I'm going to circle back to one of their other releases, Riddled Corpses EX. It's a really nice game. It's a twin-stick shooter with a retro style, very chaotic, almost an attack on the senses. It's definitely in the bullet hell category, and fans of the genre will enjoy this one. This is the EX version, which is much improved over the original PC release with a solid 60 frames per second, less grind, stronger story segments, amongst other things. Like most of Red Art Games' later releases, this comes in a card sleeve. This has different art to the actual case cover, which is always a nice touch. There's inner artwork too, although it's partially obscured. I really like the box art. The anime girls is always a nice bonus. The neon purples, it's fun, very retro, and I like it a lot. The game is pretty decent too. As stated, if you want to order before January 12th, you can use our code for 10% off SWatch10 at redartgames.com. Alright, on to Eula. Adam Kataskilo sent in a double helping of Zelda. I really think I need to go back and play Link's Awakening. It's one of those games that's a really nice pick up and play title. It's a big game, but compact enough to make it very accessible at any time. Brickzilla picked up these games, including some fantastic imports, including one really obscure one at the top middle, the Hong Kong version of Daedalus, which is the only one to have English physically. Not easy to get a hold of. They also got in Food Girls, which I approve of. Etienne picked up a couple of games, both really fun. Can't go wrong with Mario All-Stars. Honestly, if you're looking for a Christmas gift for somebody, aged between 25, 40, it's the perfect, easy gift as long as they don't have it already, of course. Gravity Feeder got in a massive haul, including a double helping of Ori, alongside some great titles. Can't go wrong with any of these. Dion picked up these games. Yonder is a really sweet little game. I want to spend more time with it, but the stuttering in the frame rate really did take me out of the experience. Hopefully there's been some patches since then, I don't know. No Face sent in 3 visual novels that they picked up, all of them pretty sweet. AI is probably the pick of the bunch for me, with having a more adventure elements to it. I always like my adventure stuff in visual novels. Anna K showed off these games. Love seeing Tycoon and Tatsujin drum and fun with the actual controller, a fantastic piece of joy. Not seen too many of the newest game, I wonder how many are actually importing that one. Lars showed off some wonderful collector's editions, including the Mega Man 5 in 1 pack. Not sure if this is still available or not, but either way, it's a great box set. Executive producer God of Resin showed off a lot of photos this week, including a triple pack from Super Rare of their latest games, and It'll Do One from One Print. Punky Dooster is back, showing off some of his tasty cartridges. Nicely, they got in some recent games like Panzer Dragoon and Ys Origin. Dame Fortuna showed off some fine JRPGs. Atelier Lydian Suel is an underrated entry in the series, plus in the middle, the fantastic import of the Dusk trilogy. Joel Parker, many thanks for using our code, buddy. 2 great imports from this year, Hardcore Mecha and Neversong Pinstripe double pack with the nice little extras. I covered up the download code for you, don't worry about that. Mikkelsen, who's not actually Swedish, I'm kind of disappointed, picked up TT Isle of Man 2. Not one that we see often here, but for racing sim fans, it's supposedly a pretty decent one. Santa Flesh Flavored Ice Cream, many thanks for using our links and code to pick up the Kemco RPG Selection Volume 1. 4 budget JRPGs in one package with English. Nice. MMO Harsa showed off a little bit of Lego. Can't go wrong with a Lego game, although they seem to have stopped pumping these out. They used to be like one every few months. MTB Bronx picked up a very nice import exclusive. Mantis Burn Racing is only available physically in Japan. The Western physical was cancelled. A top-down racer is fine import as it does have English. Lunar Rhythm picked up a couple of games, Fire Emblem and Hardcore Mecha. Great to see those. Plus, the old school Game Boy Color style Joy-Cons make 30-year-old me very happy indeed. Brandon Fenton showed off a couple of very popular collector's editions. I think both publishers will be very happy with how these two have done. Avery Brown wants to show off a bit of Animal Crossing love with pretty much every entry in the series together. Corey Graham, another Sakuna. Oh boy, this game is going to be one of the hits of the year. Shikification showed off an awesome Final Fantasy collection. What a wonderful sight indeed. Beautiful. Eliza Crawford showed off some of their great choices of games with a fantastic value of the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Still need to pick that up, even though I do have all the updates on my 3DS, which was my backer choice. Michael Wielczewski showed off these releases, one from Australia, one from America, and one from Europe. I like the multicultural aspect to this. JW Bones showed off these releases, the big chunk of Fire Emblem, plus the North American variant of Finding Teddy 2. Tim Tem got in the Wizard of Legend from Limited Run. That's some real sweet cover art. Hyosha couldn't resist picking up Korg Gadget from Nicholas. Interesting title if you're into music creation. Doodoo Lin showed off some Mario goodness. Still need to pick up Paper Mario myself. Chris Boot wanted to show off the gorgeous editions he has from Special Reserve. They really put out some special packages of their games. But where's Gato Roboto? I would definitely get that one if they sold that one. Rick Krolbert picked up these games. Nice to see Neuro Void in there in the middle from Red Arc Games. Really fun twin-stick shooter. James Church showed off some obscure titles. The original Oceanhorn there. I'm definitely waiting for the second one to get a physical release. I'm betting it'll be limited run. I'll probably still get it. Maybe. Streaming on the Corner showed off some nice artsy games. Can't go wrong with any of these. Park Ranger picked up Ghost of a Tale, a fine release. Perhaps one of Super Rare's most interesting releases of this year. Adamski picked up these 4 games and wanted to know which one to start with first. I suggested Ys Origin. Steven665 picked up these games, including the Kunio Kun World Classics, an 11-game collection of games in the River City series. Retro Games got in a fine package from Limited Run in the Jedi Knight Jedi Academy Collector's Edition, which includes a steel book. I know there's plenty of Steambok fans out there. Min Q showed off a double helping of Shantae, including the much-desired Pirate's Curse, which many people lament missing out on. Certified got in a double helping of quality with the 2 Ori games. I wonder if the collector's editions are being sent out yet. Tallery showed off 2 brilliant collector's editions. Astral Chain is a beast, as is AI. They are massive. Peter Clark showed off his pickups for the holiday period. We all know which one's going to be the first one to be played, right? Legend of K, obviously. Transient Image picked up Age of Calamity. That's definitely going to last you a good while. Totally Simon, thank you ever so much for using our links and code for some of these games. Love seeing the proper Hori drum controller for Tycoon no Tatsujin and Super Kane Magic Zero, the weird looking one in the top right. It's a cheap import exclusive and it's also surprisingly good. Invicta also, many thanks for using our links and code. Nice to see Food Girls, a really cute visual novel management sim crossover. It has English. Check out my review. Lord Vapor picked up a couple of games, including the stylish This Is the Police. I'm not sure I enjoy these kind of games, but I appreciate what they're going for, and and that they can still get a physical release this day and age. Captain Slow picked up Ghost of a Tale from Super Rare, looking very nice. Fluttershout got in Wizard of Legend from Limited Run. El Spagata, many thanks for using our Play Asia links and code on some of these games. At the top, Nicey Vectronom being sent out by Red Art Games. It's been a while, but that is some incredibly colourful artwork. Ike got in some massive games this week, Ikaruga from Nicholas and the 2 Ori games amongst many others. Marcio Quintanero sent in 2 great RPGs, Atelier Riser 1, fantastic, and the more action-orientated Ys Origin. They picked up these games this week, including Japanese physical of Monkey Barrels. I know some of you don't want to support Nicholas, they have some controversy, or maybe you don't live in the US, so the Japanese version of Monkey Barrels is a nice alternative. It does have English. Anton George picked up Will of the Wisps, the second game in the Ori series. Craw picked up both of those alongside some other games like the fantastic Cadence of Hyrule. Yo Daddy used our discount code to pick up these 2 games from Red Art, including the one I showed off today, Riddled Corpses EX. Dimmigs picked up Fire Emblem alongside one of the first import exclusive games that I reviewed, Blade Arcus Rebellion. It is a fighting game. Sadly, it does not have English, but it's not essential for a fighting game. The Chinese limited edition on Play Asia right now is going for super cheap. If anybody fancies it, I'll pop a link below. Robert's got in the wonderful artwork of Wizard of Legend. This is a popular one. Jim Wiley picked up these games, including the excellent import of Final Fantasy X. By the way, the much desired Asian English cover version is getting restocked on Play Asia soon. It's just as good as the Japanese and Hong Kong versions, with both games on the cartridge, but it has English cover art too, which I know some of you find really important. I'll pop a link below for that as well. Inactive Yeti picked up these games, the beautiful edition of Pode and the very obscure import of Geo Rifters at the bottom middle. A fun puzzle platformer that will get overlooked a lot, I'm sure. Executive producer Alolan Jojo picked up these games, Fitness Boxing 2, a fairly new release, along with the now legendary Final Fantasy IX import. Beautiful. Craig Morgan was one to pick up a double helping of Ori. Don't blame you guys, it's fantastic. Miguel Torres got in a massive haul, which includes some first in the series, Super Market Shriek and LOL Remix. I think that's the first time that we've seen them in this series. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know about the quality, but it's always nice to see something different and new. Neverburst spent big on import taxes with Ikaruga, as well as a Christmas present for their little one, Paw Patrol. Yusha picked up Buried Stars. Don't worry, if you win this month's prize, I will offer something else if you already have Buried Stars. Goma picked up these great games, including the new release of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. Seems like more of the same great gameplay. Arts Phoenix Asordis got in these from Limited Run and also showed off the Japanese and Limited Run versions of Brigandine side by side. Marcos Blanco got an absolute bargain with Civ 6, only $10, which is an insane price in my opinion. Vince showed off some popular titles, plus a Labyrinth Refrain, which was last month's prize, fun dungeon crawler. Elliot Smith came home to a massive haul of games. Not sure which one I would play first. Maybe I try out Action Squad. I don't know. That one has me intrigued. Luke Zoni showed off these games. At the top there, we have the trilogy of One Print games, It'll Do, Death Squared, and Kero Blaster. Very nice. And finally, to end the show this week, we have Rich Bergen, who sent in these games, a few brand new ones, alongside an all-time classic, Chicken Range, with the gun accessory. A nice bit of class. I'm sure that's going to be his favorite physical of this year. And that's it. I always enjoy seeing what you guys pick up. Remember, next week is your favorite physical of the year. Send me one game, a picture on Twitter over at So What About Game. You can DM me, or you can tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical, or you can use email, contact us at switchwatch.co.uk. Just make sure you start the email title with Community Spotlight so I don't miss that. Plus, we have a Discord where you can submit your picture there in the submission section. Discord link is below. Please send in just one picture unless it's an unboxing or showing the interior artwork. That helps me out a lot. All right, guys, as you can hear, my voice is... maybe you can't even hear me this episode. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumo, Gannicus, Santa Tartaruga, and Alolan Jojo, and all the others who have joined our memberships. Thank you for your support. Please check out last week's episode in case you missed it. And, if you watched all the way through, 20 minutes of this episode, you are a legend, absolute legend. The longer you watch, the more YouTube likes us, basically. So thank you ever so much. If I saw you in real life, I'd give you a fist bump. Here are some of our other content. We'll see you guys over there. Take care.